So now we are starting a new section, fourth section of the canto, the secret knowledge. It is a relatively short section, just 27 sentences, or about 100 lines. About 100 lines. The earlier two sections were very long, you see, running into 200 lines, roughly 200 lines each, you see. But now the next few sections are relatively small, shorter, you see. You're not tired, no, with this canto? Okay. Yeah. He goes in every small little detail. And the amount of concentration which is there in these cantos is amazing. Concentration means the density of the material is amazing, actually, you see. He has taken care of every aspect of metaphysics of this creation, of Purusha, Prakriti, how things started and that sort of thing. There are large volumes written by people on the physics, on the metaphysics of Purusha and Prakriti, Sankhya Yoga, for instance. Now, Savitri has given a different interpretation to the Sankhya concept of material creation, you see. And there are certain insights here in this canto, in the description, which are not present there at all anywhere in the Sankhya literature. So that way, there is something very unique also about this canto. Only those people who understand and compare these philosophies and delve into these things, they can appreciate the details with which he has described all these things, you see. So, we have to bear that in mind, although otherwise it looks to us very repetitive and luxuriating descriptions like that, you see, but it is not really so, it is very dense. All here, where each thing seems its lonely self, same. Each thing seems its lonely self, as if it has no connection, isolated from everything. Each thing, whether it is you or me or tree or forest or flower, or whatever it be, it seems as if it is lonely. But each thing is a figure of the sole transcendent one. In other words, everything which is there in this creation is a kind of a projection from the transcendent. We may even say that unless it is up there in the transcendent, it cannot be here. It cannot be here. I mean, it is as if saying that you cannot have a laptop here unless a laptop exists somewhere else. So, the creation of a new gadget, the invention of a new gadget, in an occult sense, what you are really doing is you are establishing its original there first, and then its replication happens here, you see. Everywhere, in every respect, you see. So, you think it is a new creation, but unless it gets formed there, it cannot happen. If it cannot get formed there, then things here may be ephemeral, may live for a short while only, they will disappear. For a functional purposes, they will be here, and then finally they will disappear, you see. So, in other words, for everything here, each thing, everything here, there is the transcendental origin. So, whether it is pain and suffering, happiness, joy, beauty, love, whatever you want to call them, unless they are present there, they cannot be here at all. Only by Him, they are His breath, they are. Only by Him they are. They make these things. These things. Who are these figures? In fact, grammatically, they stand for figures. Him stands for transcendent one. Only by Him, only by the transcendent, these figures exist here. They have their life, they breathe here, they exist here because of Him. An unseen presence moves the oblivious clay. An unseen presence means it is the unseen presence of this one who gives shape to things here, oblivious clay. Now he says that clay is the material, the substance, the stuff which is used for molding things. It can be the clay of matter, it can be the clay of life energy, it can be the clay of mind, it can be any clay of that kind. Clay stands as substance which is used for molding or giving a shape, you see, in that sense. Clay does not necessarily mean only soil here, you see, but the basic substance from which you create shapes and forms and images like that, you see. An unseen presence molds the oblivious clay. So, who is producing these figures? Who is producing these figures? An unseen presence. Now, where from does this clay arise? That is what is going to describe here now, that clay. A playmate in a mighty mother's game. Actually, you see that he himself is the clay. He himself is the clay here. And it is that unseen presence of his who is molding that clay. An unseen presence molds the oblivious clay. A playmate in the mighty mother's game. He is a playmate. That presence is a playmate in the game of the mighty mother. One came upon the dubious whirling globe. He came here upon this uncertain world to hide from her pursuit in force and form. He comes here and hides, conceals himself. He remains behind the scene. And it is his presence, it is he as the clay, the material, which is shaped by her. Who moved the clay? Unseen presence. A playmate in the mighty mother's. Now this mighty mother. This phrase appears 15 times in Savitri, mighty mother. There are 15 occurrences of this phrase, exactly, mighty mother. Of course, in some places, it is as it is here, mighty mother. In a few places, this M is a cap M. But the phrase mighty mother appears 15 times in all in Savitri, you see. Now, I will give you a couple of references which may be indicative of the whole thing. Now, Savitri is having her argument with Yama, with death, in book 10, you see. And she is saying this and that and all the kind of thing, but this man refuses to accept any of her argument. Finally, a stage comes when he says, well, if you are so, etc., etc., if the mighty mother is with you, show me her face to me. Let me see myself. If she is there in you, mighty mother, if she is there in you, then let me see that thing, you see. I will look into her eyes. Let her look into my eyes. If she is there with you, see. The reference is, if you are interested, 146.83. He says, if the mighty mother is there with you, show me her face, that I may worship her. That I may worship her. Already a kind of a change is taking place, a transformative change is occurring in Yama, in death. Show me her face, that I may worship her. Such respect he has already for her, in the mighty mother. In words, he knows that there is a mighty mother. But if that mighty mother is with you, in you, I want to see that. And I would like to worship her in you, not up there. in you, that you are really here doing her work in this creation, then I can worship you. If the mighty mother is there, show me her face that I may worship her. Now this mighty mother, death, it means that she has to be really very, very high kind of a power. It cannot be any small power at all. Certainly she has to be far superior than death himself. So the mighty mother stands for the original Mahashakti herself in that sense, you see. The other reference is 117.89. A portion of the mighty mother came into her. A portion of the mighty mother came into her. Now this is in the context of Savitri's yoga. This is in the context of Savitri yoga. Savitri is in search of her soul. She was told, go like this, winding road, etc., etc., and then on the altar you will see a flame, etc., etc. And Savitri goes cutting rock after rock. And finally he enters a cavern where she sees the sacred fire burning there. And she meets her soul there. In the deep cavern, she meets her soul there. Now the moment this soul of Savitri and the transcendent mother sees, they merge into each other. Means Savitri has identified, the divine Savitri and the human Savitri have identified with each other completely. Completely. The soul of divine, of human Savitri is now directly in contact, is a part of the divine Savitri herself, you see. At that point of time, a portion of the mighty mother comes and enters into the soul of human Savitri. Not a full Savitri, only a portion comes here and meets and stays in human Savitri. Only a portion, only that portion which is functionally necessary for her work here. Only that portion. Means the full divine mother, Savitri, mighty mother, has many other projects, many other things to do. But what she must do in the case of divine Savitri, only a part of that comes here, see, in the case. Mighty mothers, a small portion comes from in human Savitri, you see, necessary for the function. What is the function she is going to do? The function is obviously, her concern is to conquer death, to remove death from this process of creation here. So that is the purpose, and it is for that purpose a portion, necessary portion comes and enters into the soul of human Savitri. And then she is going to do her work, you see, completely from that, you see. So this mighty mother is actually the transcendental supreme force herself. So a playmate in the mighty mother's game, when you say that, a playmate in the mighty mother's game, then it means that it is that mighty mother is in fact the transcendent supreme force herself here, you see.